Hi, how you doing? This video is about witchcraft in the Bible. So it would be a very valid concern. A Christian would say, "But Angie, how can you call yourself a witch and worship Jah? That's Yahweh. You know, you can't serve two masters. How can you?" You got to decide which one you are. Are you a monotheist or a pagan? The truth is, that's one of the many lies that Babylon has. The Bible religion is founded by Moses, really. He takes the book of Genesis. If you've never read the Bible, the first book of the Bible is the book of Genesis, which means beginning, which means everything before Moses. The next book is Exodus, which is the story of Moses. So Genesis tells the story of everything. Genesis is basically Moses's Bible. It's like his Bible would have been the Egyptian Book of the Dead. He was an Egyptian witch. He was an Egyptian magician. Okay? Some of the things in Egypt magic, not all of it was from Egypt. Some of it was taken from Sumerians, and I don't know. I have videos on it on ancient civilizations. The Nephilim and all that. That's the people getting into that. There's archaeological roots that it's like I'm not ignorant of that. But to me, everything comes from Egypt because of how Moses influenced everything after him. But the true roots of some of the things that's Egyptian doesn't really come from Egypt, or Nimrod or Babylon. But those are the things, like there's only a handful of them, and that's where they come from. And ultimately, the leaders of light that revealed the information for all those sources were aliens. Aliens were involved in all of those seeds that were planted. They were the roots of all those things. Okay, and we come from the roots of paganism, was the original concept from the aliens. So then Moses took it and planted the seed for monotheism. Abraham. Abraham's the big monotheist, but the thing is that every time someone would take something, you would do that too. If you invented something, we're all standing on the shoulders of giants. Like Elohim, you say, how do you say God in Hebrew? Elohim. But El was the bull was the effigy, El, the Most High God of the Canaanites, who were pagan, and then Jehovah, Yahweh, that also has the word itself, the name itself, that's a word, comes from pagan roots. And really, everything about the Bible, we say it comes from Moses, then we stop wondering where Moses got the information and got the idea for those words. He redefined some of the words, just like nowadays how we redefine some of the words that we have to unify people and to bring peace and solutions. Moses did the same thing. He took words and names of deities and redefined them and came up with these words, and then the great wonderful lie of that's how it always has been in the original. But it was how it always has been. The concepts were always there. When you learn something new that was already there before, you're just now becoming aware of it, So it's not really a lie, but it's a lie to not recognize that the Elohim and Jehovah and these things, So then something to realize about the Bible. If you watch my I'll leave a link in the description box about my the scholarly approach to who wrote the Bible, because the Bible was written with good intentions and inspiration and everything, and it's a divine book, but of course it's not the Word of God. That's one of the key teachings of the Yan Sui. We need to outgrow that. No book is the Word of God. You got to look within for that stuff. But they were all politically motivated. This is something that we can show. Like we can, with the sciences of language and just translations and history and archaeology, and when we put everything together, it's no mystery that there was political motivation, like to make the religion of Moses believable. Like at first it wasn't a written book, there was no Bible. But when Jeremiah and these people compiled things to come up with the Bible and then said it was the Word of God and nobody questioned it, there were political reasons and little additions and little things added for that. So something to be aware of as far as the war between paganism and monotheism from a Bible perspective is the politics of it. The pagan religion was the competition of the newer religion, which was the monotheistic approach of the Bible. So they were in competition with each other. So that's why the roots couldn't be admitted, and that's why the competition and the war was invented. So that there, because it's a competition, and it's a political competition of power and stuff. Okay, so if you don't care about that and you just want to know the truth, you'll realize that Moses was a magician. Look at hopefully you've watched my other books on this playlist. Of course, I'll leave a link for the playlist this video belongs, about the Yah and Sway faith. We know better than these things. We've gotten over it. We've already absorbed it and made the adaptations. Moses was a magician, and so was Jesus. He was a necromancer, and he was they all had Ouija boards. They all had tarot cards. They all were into necromancy and the Kabbalah. And you guys, okay, it's not a war. Okay, it's just a knowing.